Hope you're enjoying the Spartan Rises training experience so far. It's definitely something a little bit different, but that's by design. And I want to go over with you now 3 reasons that guys fail going through this program. You know, I would love to sit here and say that everyone who goes through it succeeds, but that's not really what happens. And what happens is guys will quit and drop out. And I want to give you the 3 biggest excuses or reasons that I get emails from, so that you know if they start popping up in your mind, you can reference back and say, oh, Doctore told me that this was going to happen, so that you're at least aware of it. Because if you finish the 9 weeks and do exactly as you're instructed, absolutely going to see a major change in not only just your strength and energy levels and physique, but also how you approach training. And it's really going to kind of open your mind, and I think get you out of a lot of the fitness scammy stuff that just poisons people. So let's go over those 3 mistakes. The first one is not feeling like we're doing enough. Okay, when you first look at the program, you may see, wow, there's not like a million exercises in here, and I only have to work out 3 days a week. Like, I need to be doing way more. Man, and it's natural for us. It's natural to want to do more activity and do more things so that we feel like we're doing something. But it's not natural to, well, it's kind of common sense, or it feels like common sense, right? It feels like, hey, this is the right way. The more I work, the harder I work, the better I'll get, and the faster I'll change. But that's not how it works. And if you think about it, it makes sense, because that's what everyone else is thinking and doing, and most people, are not in shape. And so it's like, well, let's not do what everyone else is doing. Let's try something different. And so that's why with this program, it's all about keeping it simple and focused. So if you don't feel like you're sore, you don't feel like you're working out hard enough, that's not really important. Like, we're not here, this is not a feelings program. This is a strength training program. So if you haven't already, in mission 2, you're going to learn about or mission 3, you're going to learn about the strength ladder. And that is the most important part for you to focus on. You should be continually climbing that ladder. And that is what you can base your feelings off of. Did I climb the ladder? Not, do I feel sore, or I just don't think this is enough. No. Just go on climbing the ladder. So that's number 1. Number 2 is changing up too many of the exercises, especially like squats. Wow, squats 3 days a week? Yeah, you know what? Actually, you can do squats 3 days a week. It's not overtraining. You're going to be just fine. But a lot of guys, just from reading all this stuff on the internet, they freak themselves out and think, oh, I'm going to overtrain, and then I'm not going to build muscle, and et cetera and so forth. And that's simply not the case. Again, for you to have the most success with this program, which is what I want, because I've invested the time, putting it together, and you're investing your time into doing it, so I want us both to kind of come out winners here. The best way for you to succeed is to take everything that you know fitness-wise and put it in a box and just leave it there. Go through the program kind of like wide-eyed, as if you're all over again. It doesn't mean you have to believe it or anything like that, but just go through and do as you're instructed. And then once you finish the 9 weeks, go back to your box, take everything else, and combine it now with the program, and you'll be able to pick and choose from a much more better standpoint, versus if you're always questioning and trying to double take everything. Like, well, I heard this and I heard that, because I don't think I need to tell you. You can go on the internet and find studies for anything and everything. Studies that milk is good for you, studies that milk is bad for you, studies that this is good for you, studies that, so it's all over the place. So what is the best study? The study of you. And that's the whole purpose of this program, is to teach you how to study and set up tests for yourself to find out what works for you, because there are going to be things that work differently for you than me, than the next guy, etc. and so forth. And the 3rd mistake, which is kind of in line with the first one, is just getting caught up in the minutiae. And a good saying is, don't spend $5 on a $1 problem, or investing all your time in areas that really just don't matter. It's natural for us to want to try new things and like, oh, I've never heard about this particular trick or that or whatever, and then you get attracted to it. But the strength that you're going to build by being able to stay simple and focused on just the core elements and on each mission for the week, that's what's going to make the difference, not chasing a million different shiny rabbits. So if you're going through as you're going through the program, you're going to have questions. But there's a reason that they're not answered, and that is they're not that important right now. I'm not saying you're not important or the questions are important, but right now they're not important. All you have to do is exactly what's instructed in the particular mission, and you will have accomplished it. And then once you're finished, you'll realize a lot of the questions you had when you were starting, which were natural, really didn't make any difference. And in the past where someone may have gone off and tried to find answers to those questions and ultimately ended up not completing the program. That's not what's going to happen here. You're going to go ahead and finish because you're just focusing on keeping it simple and doing what matters most. All right, so take those with you as you go through the program. I'm so excited to hear about your results and what you learn and what changes. Again, you know, some stuff you may be familiar with, but it's all about finding those little things, and they're going to make the big difference that are in this program, and I'm so excited to hear what you discover. Never retreat, never surrender, and keep moving forward.